Good morning to you. My name is Mr. Fraser, and I'm here to teach the children of the Kay family. Would you care to join us?
Oh, hello. Where did you come from? I didn't hear you creeping up. Perhaps I should introduce myself. My name is Alice, and I'm a maid in the household of Master Kay. Now, I'm very fortunate because Master Kay is a very wealthy gentleman, and he has some beautiful things in his house. I don't sleep in the same area as Master Kay. I sleep upstairs. I'm very lucky in that way that I do have a bedchamber in the house. But one of the things I've been asked to do by the housekeeper today is to go into the master's bedchamber and to clean and to tidy. Perhaps you would like to join me. They do have some rather splendid things. Oh, Molly, you silly girl. Oh, perhaps I should explain. Molly is a new maid, and she was asked to bring things and put them in the correct room from downstairs, but she's put everything together in here. Of all the rooms in the house, she puts everything in the master's bedchamber. We'll have to move them, but perhaps before we do, you would like to have a little look. First of all, can you decide which room this goes into? This is a hot water bottle, believe it or not. It is made of copper and it holds hot water. You have to be very, very careful. And when it's cold at night, one of the maids will go and warm the sheets for the master and mistress. This is another type of hot water bottle as well. I wonder who will use this and where. In the parlour. We have things for laundry. I also will use one of these. Now this is interesting because this is for darning socks. Do you know what that means? Darning socks. I would use this because we can't afford new socks. When we get a hole in our sock, we have to make it and mend it. And we do that by stitching over the hole with something like that. Look at these. Look at these. Aren't they wonderful little things? Would you be able to fit a pair of shoes like this? I wonder why they have metal on the bottom. A lot of the children and the men and the women in the village wear clogs like that. We have a wonderful cook here at Turton Tower. She makes delicious biscuits, and when she's made them, she will put them in here to keep them fresh. Look at that beautiful design. Do you have something like that in your home? Here is the master's top hat. It's very splendid, and the taller the top hat, the wealthier you are. The master, as I said, is very wealthy, and in this room you can see wallpaper, which is not in every room. I don't have wallpaper in my room. Do you have wallpaper in yours? You can see a lovely pattern of oak leaves, and also on the curtains you can see a leaf pattern. These are quite new designs. They've just been able to become popular because people are starting to take note of the patterns in nature. I wonder if you know what that type of artwork is called. Do you know, one of the reasons I love being asked to come and work in the bedchamber is because I have a chance to look at this splendid piece of furniture. It is the master's bed. Master Kay is very wealthy and he loves to buy old furniture. And this is a piece of the furniture that he's brought to Turton Tower. And if you look at it, it must have cost a fortune to buy because there are so many pieces of carving and so many patterns. And it also has a canopy. Do you have a canopy on your bed? Also, have a look. Do you have ropes on your bed? I don't know. I just have a flat bed, but on this bed, on this old piece of furniture, there are ropes. And the ropes are there for a purpose. They run along the bottom of the bed, and during the night, when the master and mistress are asleep, the ropes tend to get slacker and slacker. So one of the maids comes in first thing in the morning, and the first thing she has to do is to pull the ropes tight. And we do have a saying, and the saying, perhaps you know the saying, I don't know, but we do have a little rhyme that says, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. That's where it comes from. Over on this side of the room, we also have something very interesting you might want to look at. Oh dear. Oh, look at that. Oh, Molly, where have you put the flat irons? But I suppose she's used her brains, because the irons should be near the fire. That's where you put them. Now I wonder, do you know what that is? It's copper. You can put hot water in it. I wonder where that will be used in this room. Finally, look at this splendid thing. I wonder if you know what it's for. There are lots of holes around the sides, and you put sulphur inside it. Do you know what sulphur is? Do you know what sulphur does? Do you know why this has a long handle? Perhaps that's something you could look at. And if you visit Turton Tower, you can come and have a really close look. Now, I'd better get on with my work. I've got such a lot to do. Let's start with moving the irons. Oh, my poor knees.
Oh, good morning to you. Sit down, and then you can see what I am doing on the board here. Well, now then, first of all, as you can see on the board here, we have a map. Now that map is like that because it is the world, and we have a lot of the world in our empire. And the reason for that is that we have our queen, who we should pay allegiance to, ma'am. We will be trying to do some more work on a multiplication table. As you can see, there's part of one here. There are some gaps there. Hopefully you can fill those in. And here, an addition of large numbers. Can you do those as well? I'm sure you can. Enjoy doing them. But as well as mathematics, we're going to be doing some handwriting, for example, and we'll be practicing letters using sand, so that you can easily rub the letters out again and try again. And from that, if you're very good at it, then the slate. We use the slate, as you will know, with a pen like this one. And if you are very good at doing what you can, then you will be able to use the slate. Or even better ones will get down to being able to use pen and ink for it. So that is all very well, but the children will be quite restless, I think, and will need a little bit of exercise. So we'll let them get up and do some exercising, especially trying to keep a straight back, and also trying their legs and movement and moving as well as they can, just so that they don't get too tired. And that is the sort of day that they'll be starting with, at least. Would you be able to do that? Well, thank you for coming to see us. We're very pleased to have seen you, so we hope you'll come again sometime. Goodbye.
Oh, hello. Have you just been upstairs to the schoolroom? You lucky things. Do you know, when I was at school, there were so many children in one class. We all had to sit in rows. My goodness me. Now, I've just been asked to go and to tidy up the drawing room. The children have left their toys in there. They're not normally allowed in the drawing room. It's usually the adults, but they've had a special day today. So perhaps you'd like to come and have a look at some of the toys. Oh, look at all this. Goodness me, they have had a good time in this room. Right, let's have a look at what we have got before I put everything away. Now, as you can see, quite a lot of these toys are made out of wood. I wonder why they're made out of wood. If you look, some of the toys my grandchildren will play with because we don't have that much money. Other things are for more wealthy people, such as the Kays. They are very, very lucky children. I wonder if you know what this is. Now, I think these might have been used outside because I cannot imagine the master and the mistress allowing the children in this beautiful room to use one of these. It's called a Diablo, and you have to, well, if you come to Turton Tower, you can find out what you have to do with that, but it is something to do outside. Now, all children have one of these. I've seen them in the street. Can get quite hard with the cobbles, so you do have to try and find a place that's flat because you have a race. It's brilliant, and you have to spin the wheel with the stick, and it is actually a big skill, very important skill. I'm not very good at it. We also have toys made out of these. Now, these are the sort of thing that my grandchildren will have. You can actually make dolls with those, paint the faces, dress them up in different clothing. And you see, one of the things, another reason why things are made of wood is that even the poorest family, the father or the grandfather, can actually make the toys themselves. They can go in and cut the wood and make the toys themselves. I'm sure you know what this is. Again, I'm not very good at this, but of course it's a yo-yo. This I certainly did not have as a child, and this is something my grandchildren don't have. It's called a bagatelle, and what you do, lots of children play with marbles, and you can have a small marble, put it in there, and I wonder if you do that, what will happen? Have you seen one of these before? And finally, over here, we do get things that move along and move around. Oops, that's it, because we like things that spin. And a cheaper one than that, but again, so pretty, because you can paint things, can't you? Perhaps you'd like to paint one yourself. Spin it round. And there we are. We have one of those, Jacob's ladder. Now, I'm not going to tell you any more about these toys, but it would love to see you at Turton Tower, and perhaps you can have a closer look when you come. Now, I do have, it's been a long day, and I'm getting rather tired, and it's getting late. So, perhaps I can say, have a lovely day, enjoy the rest of the day and the evening, and I'm going to start packing up because I still have a lot to do. Bye-bye.